Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Dillian Whyte has been saying a lot of things about Anthony Joshua as of late. And these guys have been having a lot of back and forth, but we really haven't dug into these guys. And here's some direct quotes from Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte, in regards to Anthony Joshua. I called him out there live thinking this fight could be made, and I was very disappointed with Anthony's response. I was ready to fight him. For him to say, okay, let's get it on. Wilder's not going to fight him because he doesn't want it and is fighting Tyson Fury. But from his answer, the way he was acting, I think AJ might want to fight, but I don't think his team wants to fight. Now, that's basically what Dillian Whyte stated in regards to Anthony Joshua. A lot of these biased media channels such as, Biased Ego and Dante's Biased Nation and all these fanboy LDBC fangirls coming out here stating, Dillian Whyte this and Dillian Whyte that. These biased channels have no credibility because these biased channels have already said that Dillian Whyte is not a top level fighter. These guys have already exposed themselves. So now they want to jump on Dillian Whyte's bandwagon whenever they see him, not liking Anthony Joshua, basically trying to get a fight made. You have to understand, you have to ignore all this garbage that these guys put out, and we just focus only and solely on the boxing and who wins, why, and how things get done. We like to get the breakdowns in. And so Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua, part 2, how do you see that fight breaking down? And if you look at it, you see Dillian Whyte have grown leaps and bounds. He boxes more than normal, and his power looks to be elite. Stopping, Derek Chisora in the rematch, being patient, boxing him, not rushing anything, and waiting on the perfect shots, wearing him down slowly. He was losing rounds, yes he was, but at the same time, he was not rushing the pace. I think Dillian Whyte did win some quality rounds in there, but I don't think his work rate was as high as we normally see it because Dillian Whyte was looking for clean and crisp shots that were hurting, Derek Chisora, and it eventually added up to be too much for Derek Chisora. I think Derek Chisora was going to get stopped regardless in that fight because Dillian Whyte was hitting him with some really hard shots that you can't take. You have to understand, the shots you can take early in the fight are not always the same shots you can take late in the fight. And Derek Chisora has a pretty solid chin, but Dillian Whyte slowly wore him down throughout the fight, hitting with clean, crisp shots, and eventually got him out there towards the end of the fight. Dillian Whyte is a top-level fighter. If you look at Anthony Joshua, he's been in with nothing but top-level fighter. He's fought Hall of Famer Vladimir Klitschko. He fought an Alexander Povetkin who would give anybody hell and who could likely beat any heavyweight. He's that damn good. So you have to understand that Anthony Joshua is no joke. Anthony Joshua's already beat Dillian Whyte. He's already beat Dominic Breazeale. This guy is the unified champion of the world for a reason, because he's an elite level fighter who fights the best competition regardless of what all these fanboys say. This guy is at the top of the heavyweight division food chain, and a rematch between Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua would be epic. And a lot of Americans can't appreciate how good this fight will be because they're looking through it through biased eyes. And now we all want the Deontay Wilder fight, we all want the Tyson Fury fight, but if these guys don't want to make those fights right away, this would be phenomenal to have. I think this fight ultimately comes down to how much has Dillian Whyte truly improved. And I think he's truly improved by the way he dropped to Joseph Parker. Even Anthony Joshua didn't do that in their fight. He got the victory over Joe Parker, but he also got hurt late in that fight as well. So we have to keep it honest and unbiased. I think Dillian Whyte is a very, very good fighter who's come a long way, leaps and bounds, who's tremendously improved, and he could hurt or possibly beat Anthony Joshua. But when I look on the opposite end and I see what Anthony Joshua has done is he keeps fighting the top level opposition. His resume is much better than Dillian Whyte's, and the fact that he's improved much more than I've even anticipated in this short amount of time. So yes, these guys have fought a while back, but Anthony Joshua, just as Dillian Whyte, has improved from where he was. And if you look at it, I still would have to favor Anthony Joshua to get the win in that fight, just because both of these guys improving is a great thing. But I think Anthony Joshua is still a step ahead of Dillian Whyte in that regard. By no means does that mean that Dillian couldn't be competitive or even possibly win or hurt AJ, but I just see AJ being too much. Once again, unbiased as always, is the Ibfp. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.